towards the end, right? With what we've seen on the excise hike from the government, 22,222 on the Nifty. I think we end with in the 600 zone in terms of losses, not 1,000. So there is a decent recovery we've seen from the day's lowest price. You know, if anything, it picked up towards the end in a fairly nice manner. So we were at 22,000 and basically we were at 22,000. In the last 30 minutes, the Nifty has bounced about 200 points, an additional 200 points, and that's the loss that you see coming up on the screen at close. Let's just look at the Nifty Bank and then the other indices, and we can just look at and wind down stocks. The Bank Nifty is down about 3%, 2.9 actually. Of course, all these indices, the intraday and the Nifty Bank will come up. It's off the lows by a decent margin. Let's just look at the small cap index, down 3.3%. The small cap index, I think in the morning was down very, very sharply, some 6% cut early on. So here as well, there has been recovery. And of course, the mid-cap index has also come off about 3% from the lows. We end with 3% cuts. So of course, I mean, the close has been much better than how we started at 9:15 this morning. But no two questions. It's been a very, very poor day. Overall market breadth is some 7:1 in favor of declines at this point in time. So 2,600 stocks are lower and about 300 stocks are higher at this stage.
Okay, 660 points down on the Nifty. The end of the day is a little better than the beginning. Anyway, the biggest losers, Trent down 15%. Metal stocks absolutely pummeled. JSW Steel, Tata Steel, Hindalco, they're down between 5% to 7 to 8%. Tata Motors, a direct casualty with the JLR portfolio in the US, down 5.5% on that stock. There is L&T that's lost about 5.5%. Some of the financials like Axis Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, they're relatively better off, but even then, I mean, 4-5%, depending on which one you're looking at. Large banks, ICICI 3% lower, HDFC Bank 3% lower. So there's not been much space to hide. Reliance 3% lower, Bharti 3% lower, State Bank of India 2.5% lower. The only hiding spots, some consumer names. Zomato is managing a very small, tiny bit of green as we're closing out. Ditto for Lever. But aside of that, there aren't too many gainers to speak of on the Nifty. So that's how the day has ended. And the mid-cap market cuts of around 3%. A little better off in the afternoon towards the close than the opening. But all in all, a difficult session for the market. Okay, on that note, let's wrap up this edition of Closing Bell. We'll come back on the other side and get you the latest in markets forward.